love your YouTube channel and everything. Just, would you mind not flying the drone over the police station, just because it's a bit... Dave's the new caller in Huddersfield. Dave, do you want to talk about the police and wasting time?
Yes. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm very well.
Yeah, I heard you speaking about it earlier, and it just resonates with me quite a lot because I get it quite a lot. Police coming out for non-crimes, just because of it's because of the stuff that I do basically.
Oh God,
so
what do you do?
It's to do with drone flying basically. So I fly my drone over interesting buildings and just kind of get pictures of them and whatnot. And what tends to happen is the police generally come out, and I've had all sorts of stuff. I've had police threatening me with hundreds of thousands of pounds fine if I don't delete the data, which I don't after, if you know what I mean. To police threatening to use the Terrorism Act to obtain my details and whatnot.
What buildings interest you?
All sorts of buildings, really. Really, the latest one that prompted a police response was an actual police station. So I kind of flew over a police station, which is completely legal at the moment in the UK if you fly over with a 249-gram drone, if you know what I mean. But they came out and said all sorts of stuff.
Why did you want to fly over it?
It's just interesting, really. There's lots of places that kind of you look at and you think this would look really good. So what I do is I put together a drone show because I've got kind of a YouTube channel, so it's a bit of music on the backing and stuff, and I speed it all up and make it kind of give it more of a cinematic effect, sure. If you know what I mean.
Well, that sounds like, you know, if that's your hobby, that's your hobby. It's great. As far as I can tell, you're not breaking any laws. But if you fly that near an airport or stick it over an RAF base or whatever, you're going to get someone coming and knocking on your door.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't do it over an airport, definitely not. No, there's only certain places where you can actually fly, if you know what I mean. So there's basically if you look, there's an app called Drone Assist. If you use Drone Assist, basically you can see whether the airspace is restricted or not. If you fly over an airport, you're probably going to go to prison.
Yeah, and but would the police consider you then, Dave, perhaps a sort of like a nuisance droner?
No, because there's a nuisance would be objective, wouldn't it? It'd just be somebody, because it's not, you know, it'd be just their opinion, if you know what I mean. Because literally, the way I see it at the moment, you can do basically you're a free man, aren't you? So you can do whatever you like, you can do whatever you choose to do. You can walk down the road in a pair of red shoes if you like, you know what I mean. But it's basically laws. There's only a certain small list of things. It's a very small list of things in the grand scheme of things, isn't it? Called laws.
Would you not say, Dave, if the police are knocking on your door and they're listen, Dave, love your YouTube channel and everything. Just would you mind not flying the drone over the police station, just because it's a bit, you know, it can be a bit tricky down there and, you know, sensitive and blah blah blah. Would you desist?
It depends on how far I've travelled. If I've travelled 100, yeah, absolutely.
Hang on, how far are you going to fly your drone over a police station?
Well, not just over police stations. I do all sorts of other building and stuff. If you want to check the channel, it's Northern Audits on YouTube.
Was coming. But how far? I mean, do you intentionally go to fly over a police station?
It depends, really, because what I do is I just decide, and what I do is I kind of pick a locality that I'm going to head to. I'll have a look from the air, see what it all looks like, and basically, it's just I put together like a cinematic drone show at the end. If you look at it, there is an actual produce. It's not just me kind of going out to wind them up. I go out there, and basically, if you look at what I do, I don't approach anybody, so I never actually approach anybody. They only ever come to me. You know what I mean? So if I'm just there with my drone, flying along, minding my own business, doing something completely legal, if then people come to me and then start, you know what I mean, and then just start saying, you can't do this, you can't do that and whatnot, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a different...
All right, listen, I'm just not convinced that it's all that necessary, and I can see how it might be a nuisance, if I'm honest. If you're flying the drone over the police station for hours and hours and hours, I get it. I mean... Never thought I'd be having that call, but Dave, appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed.